Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 57 review. And this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter overall is going to be It was a great episode of Hunter x Hunter. No action, but it wasn't even necessary. Like, who cares? Like, it was just awesome because not only are we seeing the aftermath of Squall being killed, all right? I mean, granted, I'm not a fan of Squall, but whatever. We're seeing how Kurapika, Leorio, and Melody time their whole entire plan where they actually capture Lucifer and they are able to try and compromise for the safety of Gon and Killua. At the same time, we're seeing conflict between the Fanshu themselves, the people who want to save Lucifer himself, or the people who want to save the spider itself. It's either the individual or the group. The individual versus the group. And they're arguing amongst each other. At the same time, at the end of the episode, we see where Hisoka sends someone a text message, and that someone is Lumi. Because Hisoka, he now knows that this is the perfect chance to go fight Lucifer. Because we all know Hisoka, he will do anything for the sake of the thrill, for the sake of the combat. This guy is creepy. He loves fighting that much. And he is willing to try and compromise with Illumi so he can get out of this base situation right now. And we're going to see him be successful because, you know, he's Hisoka. And how everything tied together, like, it was really good, and you know, I enjoy that. The pacing was great. It was great pacing. Now, see, there is one thing that I did notice, and that was, I'm not too sure if Killua did this or not, but when they were captured, and then we see them walking along the edge of the sidewalk, I think, yeah, I'm not too sure if they did this in the actual anime, but in the manga, Killua was whispering. Like, he's whispering in the hopes that Melody will hear his whisper. But in the anime, I don't recall that he did that. I'm not too sure exactly. I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't. I'm not too sure. Because my memory's vague with that. But again, either way. The episode, when we see, first of all, I must point out, right? Machi, very impressive. She is very impressive. I mean, the fact that, because once Leorio, he tells them that he kind of like conveys the secret to Gon and Killua, and then they get the message. And then it was kind of funny where he has the radio playing, and then the radio that's playing has the prior ending to the Hunter x Hunter anime. You know, like that metal music. You know that. Like, I don't fucking know, man. All right, man. I can't do that metal shit, especially in Japanese. But like, it was kind of cool seeing that. And then as the music is playing, and then it comes to a halt, and then we hear the radio announcer say, you know, like, it's 7 o'clock. At the same time, we have Paku, and then she's kind of like chokeholding Killua and Gon as she is invading their memories. And then all of a sudden, she now gets everything. She now has, you know, accumulated everything that she needs to know about the chain user, about them and their connection to the chain user, about Leorio, about their powers, and yada yada yada. And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and then the moment the lights go out, we see Killua just do like this really cool thing where, like, he kind of does like an upper chop, and then like he breaks her arm, and because like he dislocated his joints out of Machi's strings, does that, and then Gon proceeds to like do like an upper kick right to her chin, like right, knocked out her molar. And what happens is they go after Machi, and Machi, she gets hit, but it's kind of like she's too good. she's just too good because, well, Nobunaga he did his end off the gate, but at the same time, I believe what happened was that Gon did something to Machi. And then Machi used her knee. She used her threats to like hold him down. But then Killua tried to kill Machi by using his finger things, and then he did a thrust. And then her muscles are so strong, so tense, that her muscles alone in her abdomen actually held Killua's arm, and he couldn't move. And then when Gon went for the lunge, he got grabbed by Nobunaga from the leg. and then the lights don't go back on, but Gon and Killua, in a sense, they fail their escape. But at the same time, Kurapika was able to capture Lucifer, and then he kind of like threw in a dagger at Nobunaga's head, and then there was a message tied to it. So when everyone was like, when the fam troop, when they were all kind of recovering from that incident, we have Paku about to tell them about the connection between these two kids and the chain user, and then Nobunaga's like, no, shut up. Don't say a word, alright? This is for you. And then we see her get the message notifying her, because they realize that Lucifer is no longer there with them. And then they realize that he's been captured. And she uses her ability in order to, like, take in the memories of Kurapika through the paper. And then she gets all the information that she needs. And now she knows that this guy is serious, and that he, in fact, will kill the leader because he is for the sake of the mission. But lo and behold, we have Lucifer in the car with Kurapika seeing otherwise. He sees that Kurapika has a very exploitable weakness, and that weakness is that he will put his friends over the sake of the mission. And we see the conflict here where Lucifer is like, bring everybody. Don't hesitate. Bring fucking everybody. And we have her where all the weight is on her shoulders, and then she would rather have Lucifer as opposed to the spider. She'd rather die than, she'd rather die for the sake of Lucifer as opposed to dying for the sake of the spider. And then we see the conflict, because after, they call in Sphinx, Phaeton, and Shalnark, and they come in, we see the kind of struggle with these three against the other people, where we have Phaeton, Shalnark, and Sphinx, and they're like, it's for the sake of the spider. Because Paku, when she was analyzing the paper, she had an image of Uvogin, and she realized that Uvogin may have the same choice, and Uvogin chose to protect the spider as opposed to sell out, opposed to protecting his individual self. He protected the whole, and he being a leg, sacrificed himself for the sake of the entire main body. That's the way it worked. But she won't do that. Alright? She won't fucking do that. Because she's like, you know what, no. In this case, yes, it would have been a lot better to kill the chain user and bring in everybody and thus save the spider. But if they follow the fortune, then they will lose 6 of their limbs. But she's like, well, we need the head. The head is so important where we just need him. And in this case, she's putting the individual Lucifer over the spider itself. And then we're seeing this kind of correlation. So not only are we seeing this correlation between the characters, well not between, but indirectly between the characters of Nobunaga, Lucifer and Paku, but also we're seeing it directly between the group of Sphinx, Shalnark, and Phaeton against Nobunaga, Machi, Shizuku, and I believe was the other guy, the little dude. And so, like, it was really, really cool to see that. Again, it was very nice, very well done. So, props to the anime for displaying this whole entire scene in a very profound and a very prolific manner. So I really did enjoy that. I really did. So, like, again, like, you don't need fighting in order to make a good episode. Like, you don't need it, but like, cause like right here, it was truly a great episode. The complexity of the interaction of the individual versus the group was demonstrated in such a way where it really made you think, in this situation, is it better for the group to have priority over the individual, or if the individual is so important, is it the individual over the group? Because again, we see Paku, she is having this flashback of she's having this flashback of Lucifer telling her back when they were in that one city in the what was it called, like the city where people are like thrown away and shit. I forgot what exactly it's called. the exact name, but either way, we see Lucifer talking to the original group, telling them no matter what happens, everything must be done for the sake of the group. It is for the group. Even if I die, I give you orders, but I am discardable. Even on the head, I am discardable. But the group can never be discarded because we are the spider. And in this situation, she's putting Lucifer over the spider. Where Lucifer himself, he's putting the spider over himself, even though he's the leader. At the same time, we're seeing the correlation between the two groups, where we see Nobunaga and his group put the individual, Lucifer, over the spider, while we see Sphinx and his group put the spider over the individual. So again, I like that. I like that. The whole entire paradigm, it's very well done. And now we see at the end of the episode, we're seeing Illumi try and play a factor in this whole entire situation, which he will. At the same time, we're seeing Paku walk towards the airport, where in which Leorio, Melody, Kurapika, and Lucifer will be there waiting for her, alone, hopefully. And then we're seeing the other family members go back to the hideout and just sit down and wait for the results of what's going to happen. And there's the end is the end of the actual episode. So once again, overall, a great episode of Hunter x Hunter. I enjoyed it. It was good. The paradigm was very well done. The correlation between individual and group was very well done. And even though there was no action, it wasn't a necessity. Well, there was action, but like a minute amount. But still, it wasn't a huge factor because the pacing was great. The story progression was great. The character interaction was there. It was super there. And the character growth of Paku, it was there. It was super there. So, yeah, I'm done. King of Lightning. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.